All right, YouTube fans. So today we're gonna do reaction video, talking about Deontay Murray and his girlfriend. This situation. So what I know from this situation, because I've seen this before, is that he wifed up NBA YoungBoy's ex or whatever, and she was a single mom or whatever. He wifed her up, said that she shouldn't be going to the club. She said okay, and then eventually she went to the club. You can't listen. Stop putting your Captain Save-A-Hole cape on. Stop trying to save her. She's not trying to be saved type shit. But let's get right into it.
You could be a handsome 6'4", multi-millionaire pro basketball player, and these women still won't respect you. Either she comes ready or not. You can't reform these women. She doesn't want to be saved. You met her as a single mother that was in the industry. What else do you think is going to come out of it? These women are enslaved to the Instagram lifestyle. That is all they want to do, is look good for IG, look good for the group chat. They just want to post the pictures. They don't actually want to build or do the grunt work of building a legacy. They're not conditioned nor trained. This is not the era of strong women that actually want to build strong relationships. These women are weak-minded, and they're enslaved literally to IG, to TikTok. That's what Kanye meant when he said Instagram got your bit. That's what she's still stuck in. She's stuck in the lifestyle. And most of these women are stuck in the lifestyle. They don't want to actually do anything for you. And these are the same women that say, I don't do 50-50, I want to be provided for. These are the women that come into a relationship with the mindset of she's going to do nothing. And then you get surprised when she does nothing for you.
100, man, 100. Listen. I'll tag his TikTok down in the bio, because he said some good stuff. He has some good takes. But I just wanted to say, man, as soon as I seen that he wifed her up and here are the red flags. She got tattoos and she's a single mom. All right, for recreational use only. Now, I've dated chicks. Obviously, I've dated chicks with tattoos and chicks who are single moms. All that stuff. I dated them, but I'm not dumb enough to be like, oh, let me wife her up, right? Because the thing is, if she's raised by a single mom and she is a single mom, you are not her first option, right? And she has a very deep connection to her ex, obviously, right? So I don't understand why these NBA players and the NFL players, they go for chicks who already have kids that are already in the industry. Maybe it's because of environment or whatever, but it is crazy and it's a red flag. Never wife up a single mom no matter what. I don't care what the scenario is. Unless she has like some significant dirt on you and your lawyer is like, yeah, you're gonna lose the case if she releases the dirt. That's the only reason. But bro, I still wouldn't wife up a single mom in that case. Like, here's the thing, guys. If you wife up someone who doesn't respect themselves, right? They're already a single mom, right? They already been left by somebody and they were raised by a single mom. They're not going to respect you and they are not going to change for you, right? He found her in the club lifestyle. She was doing club shit, right? He had to literally beg her and be like, please stop going to the club for me. Literally, right? And the thing is, he doesn't realize his own value. He is young, so you can't completely blame him. He is young as shit, and a lot of NBA players are so focused on basketball because they're always grinding. They don't really pay attention to, how women act and stuff like that, right? But he had to beg her to stop clubbing, and you can't change someone. As soon as you try to change other people, and this is why I made the video about focus on what you can control. As soon as you try to change other people, you stress the fuck out of yourself, because now you're trying to control someone else's behavior. All you can control is your own behavior. Take what other people do, right? Watch their actions and take it with a grain of salt, but that is who they are, all right? So if she was clubbing, she likes to club. If she was posting on Instagram showing her ass, even when she had a kid, right? Then that's who she is. She's someone who loves attention and prioritizes attention, and she loves going to the club. She loves to have a good time. I don't have a problem with women like that. I don't have a problem with women like that. I just know that's who they are. You see what I'm saying? And not to go off topic, but let me just give you guys this is not even a story time, but this is a story time. So, you feel me? I was dating some chick. This was when I was in Thailand, right? I was dating some chick, you know what I'm saying? She came over the first day. You already know she was doing shit with no hands, you feel me? Roscoe Dash type, you feel me? Roscoe Dash song, No Hands. She was, feel me? Gok 3000 with no hands. And I knew what type of chick she was. She had some tats. She looked good, you feel me? But I knew what kind of chick she was. So I didn't take her seriously, right? Then she was trying to say some stuff like, oh, like, do you want to be, you want to be together or whatever? And I was like, nah, I just want, casual stuff, right? Lo and behold, some dude comes from America and just like wifes her up like as soon as he meets her, bro. Like I seen on her Instagram, I unfollowed her. I was like, hey, I ain't trying to watch this shit. You feel me? I'm gonna stay away from this. But I think she still follows me. But anyways, he wifed her up immediately, I think they got their names tatted on each other and shit like that. And that's when I was like, oh shit, she's in a relationship. Let me get out of here. But like eventually they broke up or whatever. But that's because he tried to wife her up. He tried to make her a housewife, but she isn't a housewife. All right, she's not housewife material. Period. She's not housewife material. She was in the club. You know what I'm saying? She's hooking up with dudes on the first night. She wants to have fun. That's fine. But if a girl isn't, wife material, if they weren't raised by in a two-parent household and born around healthy relationships, if they have friends that are clubbing all the time, then they're not going to be able to be in a relationship because they don't know what it looks like. All right. There's many scenarios where women are like, oh my God, like I just want someone to provide for me. I just want someone, to give me the world. And, that's when I'll be a housewife. That's not how the shit works. All right. A lot of women are out here partying and they're like, as soon as I meet that man, I am going to settle down. I'm going to get out of my masculine. That's not how it works. All right. That's like if I'm doing zesty shit 24/7 and I'm like, as soon as I see a feminine bitch, I'm going to, become a masculine man. That's not how it works. You have to embody your identity now and then you'll attract what you want. You see what I'm saying? So for women, if you're super feminine and you're ready to be a housewife, you're going to attract someone of high value, high status who wants a housewife. It is what it is. All right. And you're going to start hanging around groups of women that want that as well. All right. Very, very simple. And yeah, there's been many case scenarios, but that's why it's important to have your boys around you and to have experience and to know game. That's why it's important to know game, because there's been many case scenarios where, chicks have been like, oh my God, like I just, I don't want to party anymore. Like, let's just be in a relationship. This is that. And I'm just looking at her. I'm like, bitch, you got tattoos. Bitch, you be in the club and shit like that. I'll stop clubbing for you. No, what are you talking about, bro? I'm not trying to force you to be someone you're not. All right, now, that they can stop clubbing. Like, that's not a surprise if they stop clubbing for 3 months, 6 months, a year. But I've talked to a lot of women who go clubbing and stuff like that. And the reason they like it is because they like the attention they get from guys. They like the attention they get from guys. They like to have fun. They like spontaneity. That's what they prioritize. They like chaos. They like drama, right? They like toxicity. And then when they get older, that's when they try to settle down, shit like that. I ain't taking that shit. You feel me? Y'all can have it. Y'all can have it. But that's where a lot of you guys fail. Watch what they say. Don't listen to watch what they do. Don't listen to what they say. All right. That's for your male friends, right? That say they're not haters, then they hate on you. That's for the girls you dating. That's for the girls you're trying to wife up. If she says, no, I'll stop clubbing for you. No, I've had girls say, I'll stop stripping for you. I'll stop clubbing for you. I'll stop doing OnlyFans for you. I'm like, bro, I didn't ask you to do any of that shit. All right. I ain't asked you to do any of that shit. I ain't asked you to do none of that. All right. Or I'll stop doing this for you. I'll stop doing this. No, I'm not asking you to change who you are, because who you are it's literally, you're not going to change who you are. It's just not going to happen. Right. Because if you're so used to being in those club environments, you're so used to validation, you're so used to toxicity, and all your friends are in that, and that's the only friends you've met, that's all you've been exposed to, then that is who you're going to become. You would have to literally completely change your environment, right? And a lot of times this building lifestyle that a lot of guys, that we want women to support, it's pretty fucking boring, right? It's pretty boring, but it is beneficial because you're building a relationship, you're building, you're building a family, all that stuff. But a lot of women just don't want that, right? They might say they do, but there's no spontaneity, there's no excitement, there's no drama. Women don't watch like boring ass shows. All right, they watch drama. They watch The Bachelor, they watch Bachelorette, all this shit. They watch shit with drama. They like drama. They like their friends to be in drama. They like to be in drama every once in a while. That's just what they like. All right. Now, if a woman doesn't like drama, then she's not going to be in these situations. She's not going to be clubbing every night. But if you find a woman clubbing every night, then that's an easy red flag. If you find a woman and she exhibits red flags, guess what? There's a reason they're called red flags. Y'all be ignoring this shit like, you know what? She has 87 red flags, but some people have 88, and the 87, she could get rid of them. And then you start to try to make a project and try to like fix her or whatever, or you try to save her and she doesn't want to be saved. All right. Women are doing what they want to do. Men do what they want to do. People do what they want to do at the end of the day. A lot of you guys want to save your friends from eating unhealthy food, but you never told them to eat the unhealthy food. And they're going through the Popeyes line. They're doing U-turns. They're literally skipping people. They're literally like veering left and right. They're taking red lights to get to that Popeyes line because they're dedicated to that shit. They're dedicated to their dysfunction, and they're literally locked in being the fattest version of themselves, but you want them to be lean, right? I learned through various experiences, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I tried I tried wifing up thoughts, bro, way back in the day, back in my simping days. That's how I learned a lot of this shit. I learned a lot of shit trying to wife up thoughts. It's like, yo, you can't change them. Because literally, unless you physically restrain, so, like you'll have to physically restrain some of these girls. Like you'll have to call a doctor or call, animal control to physically restrain some of these girls that go to the club because they want to club, they want to party, they want to have fun. And if they hook up with someone, they're going to hook up with someone. You see what I'm saying? If they get enough drinks in their system and they hook up with someone, they're going to hook up with someone. And they don't want anyone regulating that. All right. And that's okay. That's a stage during life. That's what they want to do. Stop trying to force people to do shit that they don't want to do because it's their life, not yours. All right. Period. And this is just an example. If you see a chick, and there's nothing wrong in this, there's nothing wrong in the situation. I am literally, like I said, Deontay Murray, he's young, but NBA Youngboy's girl. First of all, the first red flag is that she's attracted to NBA Youngboy. The second red flag is that she let him hit it raw and have a jit. And the third red flag is that she's a single mom and she was in the club. Like those are some of the most giant red flags. And the fourth red flag is that she's tatted. She's in the hip hop industry. She loves Instagram. Like that's some big ass red flags. I don't know how you thought you could wipe that. I mean, that's some crazy shit. Because I don't know who can tame her. Like she's pretty much untamable, right? The only person she's untamable. She just wants to do what she wants to do clearly, all right? And that's what she's been doing. So trying to stop her in her tracks or stop her from doing what she wants to do, it's her life. Let her do what she wants to do, all right? And if it doesn't align with your goals and align with what you want, then go somewhere where it does align with your goals. Go to someone who does align with your goals. Don't try to force them to align with your goals. That's not how shit works, all right? Especially when she already has a kid. All right, now if it's some chick that's like looking for, she's looking to be a housewife and stay at home, and that's literally what she's looking for, and she doesn't have any kids, she doesn't have any tattoos, she doesn't really club, and all her friends are like housewives or married and stuff like that, there's a higher chance that that'll be good. I'm not saying it's gonna work out perfectly, because I'm not advocating for marriage or any of that shit at all, right? But there'll be a higher case scenario. Like if I date a chick who has both her parents, she doesn't have any kids, I don't even need to ask. I can tell off rip. There's a significant difference with just everything. All right, there's a significant difference with their mannerisms, their attitude, their energy, their aura in general. All right, so stop wifing up. Listen, say this one more time. Stop wifing up single moms. All right, if you talk to a chick, you date a chick, and you're like, okay, she's pretty cool. I ain't really trying to date a lot of chicks. I might settle with her, and then she suddenly reveals she's a single mom, which has happened to me before. They've just been like, oh yeah, I'm a single mom. I'm like, the fuck? When you pop that baby out? Type shit. It happens. All right, but take everything with a grain of salt and watch what people do. Don't listen to what they say.